What if I told you that the best way to hit your biggest goals was to tell absolutely no one about them? It's a powerful, maybe even a little counterintuitive idea. Forget looking for pats on the back. Today, we're diving into the philosophy of working in silence and, well, letting your success make all the noise for you. Just think about it for a second. That massive project, that startup idea you've got, that one ambition that could change your life. Your first instinct is probably to share it, right? You want to get some encouragement, get some people in your corner. But what really happens when you put those dreams out there for everyone to see? You're hoping for support, for high fives, and you can do it. But what you often get is something totally different. Jealousy, doubt. Sometimes the very people you expect to cheer you on, whether they mean to or not, start projecting their own fears and their own limits onto your dream. It can honestly feel like they're trying to pull you right back down to their level. It's a harsh truth, but it's one we have to face. So, if that's the risk, what's the alternative? Well, it's this whole philosophy built around silence and an intense internal focus. The idea is to stop treating your ambition like a public announcement and start treating it like a personal flame, one that you have to protect at all costs. And that brings us to the core metaphor here. In Hindi, the word aag means fire. Your ambition, your drive, that burning desire you have to succeed, that's your aag. And when you're just starting out, that ambition is like a small, vulnerable flame. It's delicate. And this really nails the danger, doesn't it? Telling everyone your goals is like exposing that small flame to a hurricane. The wind of other people's doubts and negativity can put it out in a second. The secret, then, is to keep it hidden. Keep it buried deep inside, nurturing it and stoking it yourself until it grows into a massive, unstoppable blaze. But hey, this isn't just some nice-sounding theory. This is a battle-tested strategy that some of the most successful people on the planet have used. So let's take a look at a few titans of industry who prove just how powerful it is to build an empire in total silence. Our first case study is Gautam Adani, one of the wealthiest people in Asia. His story is just a masterclass in this whole philosophy of quiet, relentless work. I mean, just look at this trajectory. He drops out of college at 18. He doesn't go around telling everyone about his grand plan. He just gets to work completely on his own. And by the time he's 20, just 2 years later, he's a millionaire. He didn't stop to post about it or celebrate. He just stayed quiet and kept on building, letting that inner fire get bigger and bigger until he reached the absolute top. And next up, we have Dhirubhai Ambani, the absolute legend who founded Reliance Industries, India's largest company. He is another perfect example of someone who lived by this quiet work ethic. Think about that for a second. There was no job that was beneath him, and absolutely zero shame in the work. He didn't need to broadcast his journey to the world. He just put his head down, worked at a gas station, and did whatever it took quietly and consistently. That silent, humble hard work, that became the foundation of a corporate empire. And this principle goes way beyond the world of business. It's also the path that great scientists and innovators walk. The breakthroughs that literally define our modern world, they are almost always born from deep sacrifice and isolation. They're not tweeting about their latest experiment or giving updates on their research. No, they dedicate their entire lives, often hidden away from the world for years, sometimes decades. They only come out when the work is actually done, when the breakthrough's real. They let the success, the discovery itself, do all the talking for them. Okay, so we've seen the philosophy and we've seen the proof in action. So how do you actually apply this? Let's break down the practical strategy, which can really be summed up in one powerful word: disappearing. It really comes down to these 4 keys. First, you have to cut out the noise, social media, the endless chatter, all of it. Step 2 is learning to completely ignore what others think, both the good and the bad. This lets you do step 3, shrink your entire world so that only the work matters. And the result of all that? You'll become effectively invisible, totally free to just create without any interference. And this is so important. The world is always going to be loud. You'll have friends, family, neighbors, and they all mean well, but they all have opinions about what you should be doing. To achieve something truly monumental, you have to learn to tune all of that out and listen only to that call from your own ambition, your own destiny. So let's be crystal clear about what disappearing means. It's not about running away. It is a deliberate, strategic retreat. It's a period of intense focus that might last for a few months Or hey, maybe even a few years. And think about it. Even your parents don't want you hanging around just for the sake of it. They want you to go out into the world and build something that makes them proud. That is the entire purpose of disappearing. So what happens at the end of all this? After all that silent, focused work, what's the ultimate payoff for that sacrifice? It's actually pretty simple. Your success becomes your voice. When you finally reappear, you're not going to have to explain where you've been or what you were up to. You won't have to justify your absence to anyone. The result, the company you built, the book you wrote, the masterpiece you created, that will be the thunder that explains everything. It's going to speak for itself, way louder than words ever could. And that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? To build something so big, so real, so undeniable that its very existence creates a roar that echoes around the world. At that point, your work is done. You don't have to say a single thing. So, I'm going to leave you with this question to really think about. What is that fire burning inside of you? What is that great thing you are willing to disappear for? What are you building right now in your silence?